Hello everybody. Shri Kumarswami College Ausa heartily greets all the honorable dignitaries and participants here at the virtual platform for the International Conference on Team Leadership and Team Building. The college, Shri Kumarswami College Ausa, is run by Shri Mahanta Swami Shikshan Prasarak Mandal Ausa. The college comes in District Latur, State Maharashtra, India. The college conducts number of innovative activities. The webinar series and conferences are the part of it. And all these things can be translated into reality due to the chief organizer, Honorable Principal Dr. M. Ambedkar Sir. I welcome him as the presiding authority of this international webinar. Today I am feeling immense pleasure to welcome Honorable Elena Apalkova ma'am as the keynote speaker and chief guest of this international e-conference. On behalf of the organizing committee, I welcome you ma'am. I also welcome today's session chair, Honorable Dr. Vasudha Arora ma'am, who is professor at Shada University, Greater Noida. You are welcome, ma'am. And now, after this, I would like to invite Dr. M. Ambedkar Sir, Principal and Chief Organizer, for his welcome note. Please, sir, welcome. Thank you, sir, for your welcome note. Now, we all are very eager to listen the chief guest and keynote speaker. But prior to it, I would like to introduce today's chief guest. Honorable Elena Ma'am is a dedicated mindset coach with a commitment to empower CEOs and entrepreneurs to achieve their goals and accelerate business success. She is specialized in leadership techniques and strategies grounded in mentorship under Bob Proctor. Her holistic approach prioritizes overall well being and fulfillment, combining established methods with a structured process. Her coaching style unlocks clients' full potential in getting success and fulfilling both in personal and professional realms. Today, all the delegates and participants will be graced by the knowledgeable keynote speech by the Honorable Speaker. Now, I would like to invite the chief guest, Honorable Elena Ma'am, for her keynote speech. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you for such a beautiful introduction. And I'm honored to be here in this international conference and share my knowledge and add some value to this conferences. And today we will speak about leadership, and leadership is something that I think that is very important, and all organizations and companies are looking for real, true leadership. And before we start, I would like to have you answer this question. What about you? How do you see yourself? Are you a leader or follower? There are two kinds of people, right? And there are followers and there are leaders. Which category do you see yourself? And another question. Do you know how to lead yourself? Do you know how to lead yourself? This is a very important question when we speak about leadership. Because if you don't know how to lead yourself, you probably will not be a good leader for anyone else. And from my mentor, Bob Proctor, I learned that before you become a good leader, you have to be a good follower. And the great leader has some characteristics which we will speak today about. And there are some very simple principles of leadership that I will tell you today and want us to discuss. But these simple principles are very essential. And by implementing these simple principles, every person can become a true leader. Leadership is not something that is just for a certain group of people or somebody who was born to be a leader. No, these are some simple principles that people can follow and can implement, and everyone has a huge potential. Everyone who is here in this conference, you have huge potential to become an extraordinary leader. So let's speak who is the leader. Let's speak about these very simple principles, very simple to understand. Yes, and what are the characteristics of the true leader? The great leaders bring up the best in others. Do you agree with me? Put thumbs up if you agree. That the great leaders bring up the best in others. And they make other people to feel good about themselves. And they empower other people, so they feel good about themselves. This is I learned from Napoleon Hill. He wrote this book, Think and Grow Rich, and he wrote the principles of leadership. And this is what I want to discuss with you today. So decide who you want to be. Do you want to be a follower or you want to be a leader? Decide who you want to be and then just do that. And as I told before, that there are two types of people in the world. One is known as leaders, and the other types is known as followers. And there is such a huge difference in compensation. The follower cannot reasonably expect to be compensated the way how the leaders do. Yes, so we have to decide who we want to be. It is good to be a follower for some time, but it is not such a great credit to stay there for all time. So let's discuss today what it takes to become a leader. And if we study the leaders, we can see that all big leaders were an exceptional followers before. Initially, they had a big leader to follow themselves, and they learned, they implemented what they were doing, and then how they became big leaders. And the person who cannot follow leader intelligently cannot become an efficient leader also. And we know that every organizations look for the strong leadership, somebody who can follow, because there is always level up and level down, right? We live in this universe, and everything is frequency, and our understanding of reality also is different depending on our awareness. So there is always something that we can learn. So if we want to become a true leaders, we have to be open to learn and follow somebody who is further from us. And when we follow those people, we learn, we grow every day. And this is how we follow people who we have responsibility. Also, another feature of a great leader is a good attitude. Good attitude regardless of what is going outside. This is very important because leaders, they understand themselves and they understand how to manage their mind. Yes, they just don't react. Because see, if you look at most people, how they behave, we can notice that most people behave just based on their five senses: ability to see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. Like if they see something that they don't like, they react. If they hear something, they react, right? But what makes us different from other creatures? Because dogs, cats, horses, everybody else, they do the same. They just live according to their five senses. And when we speak about leaders, about first us as the highest form of creation, as human beings, we have to operate not just from five senses. We have this marvelous mind, that powerful mind, and we have this high mental faculties, such as ability to have the will, right? We have will, we have perception, ability to look at things from different point of view. We have reason, we can think. We have imagination. We can imagine and see something in our mind before it becomes visible for other people. So leaders, they have to have this vision strong and hold their mind and that vision strong and help others people who they lead to see that vision, right? So they can lead and they can give people hope and they can give them destination and belief that they can achieve that. This is a very important characteristic of the leader. Also, another high mental faculty is intuition. It is not always that everything is logical. If we look at everything what we have now, even mobile, some of you are on mobile phones. We see that somebody like before, like let's say 50 years, it would not be logical, right? To speak and to see each other and to send messages, to take pictures like by one small device. But it is possible. So not everything is logical. Not everything should be exactly known how you do. In many cases, leaders should follow their intuition. So they have to develop this gift, to have that strong intuition, because it helps them to make decision and and see more than they just see by their physical senses, such as eyes or hear, right? So a good attitude, regardless what is going on outside, see good in other people, encourage them to bring up the best of themselves, and using high mental faculties. So they become people who other want to follow, who other just want to follow because they can learn from them, they can encourage by them. Also, leaders are those who understand who he is. understand this power of mind and how they can bring the best of themselves also. They create positive environment in the teams, in the company. And of course, they know how to lead themselves. It is very important how to lead themselves, because if you don't know how to lead yourself, if you cannot control, right, your thoughts, your feelings, and other aspects, your behavior, your habits, right, like your the attitude, you cannot lead other people. So also leaders, they know how to take control over their life. If you want to be leader, you have to take control over your life, and also to be creative. Leaders always, they see bigger picture than others because they're creative, and they know how to use all these high mental faculties to create something bigger, to bring more value to the company where they work. So see yourself. I want to everyone here who listen to me now. So you are here for the reason. We are speaking about leadership. And I want you to see yourself as the great leader, not just thinking about somebody else that is leader and I'm just follow. No, you are here to be leader yourself and to see yourself as that person, because it is all up to you. You have always the choice what to think, what to decide, and what to expect. And in life, we always get what we expect. And in order to expect something, you have to allow yourself first to see yourself there. It all starts with vision. It all starts with thinking big, and understanding that nobody on this earth is better than you. Nobody is worse than you. Everybody comes as unique creature, as snowflake. You in India don't have snow, right? But we have snow. In my country, I'm originally from Ukraine. We have snow in winter. Yeah, and it is very beautiful sometimes to see how the windows are covered with these beautiful snowflakes. And there is no one like other. Everything's so unique. And when you don't compare yourself with anybody, you just tap into your true potential, understand that you are unique. You have your genius in you, and you can become a great leader if you decide to be that, if you choose to be him or her. Yeah, so can you see yourself as that person? Because you have that capacity to create everything you want, and you are given that mind power which you can bring into physical form, everything that you can see in your mental eye, by your mental eyes in your mind. So leaders, they always see the best in others. If you see the best in others, if you follow these simple principles, you will gradually gravitate to the top. There is always a lot of space on the top, and the world needs leaders. And if you do that, if you implement, you will go to the top gradually by implementing these simple principles. There is also very important how you see yourself. How you see yourself. Because if you see yourself as a leader, you will create role models, right? You will see role models, and you will see what I can pick up from that person, what I like in this person. You can read autobiographies of leaders and learn from them, learn from their life, how they became true leaders. Because as I said before, nobody was born a leader. Yes, just people make that decision. They take that responsibility. They want to be more, and they want to do more and have more. So this is decision that depends on you. So and there should be confidence. There should be confidence, because nobody, no follower will want to be dominated by the leader who has a very low self-esteem and very low confidence. Yes, it will not last long. If there is a leader and he doesn't is not confident, he just cannot lead. So you have to build that confidence, and you have to have that unshaken courage if you want to be a leader, to step into unknown, to make decision, to take responsibility for your team, to see the big vision for your company and grow. Because those decisions, it is not that it is you make decision when you know how to achieve things. Leaders, they make decisions based on the goals, and then they see what they can do, what the steps they can do, and then when they do these steps, another horizon further opens up, and then they know what they can do. Know that it is never, you will never know exactly, like, to just, if you think that it is important to be safe and achieve big goals, no, you stay safe and you just see the same results. Or if you really want to achieve big goals and bring your company to the next level, it will never be comfortable. You have to make courage, you have to make decisions. And you can only connect the dots how you achieved something when you look back. You can never know exactly the process, how it will be in future. So that's why the courage is very important. Another thing is important, and we a bit mentioned it before, it is self-control. Very essential. The self-control, be on time, control how you behave, how to respond, not react, right? We respond to the situation. Also, another is that it is important that the leader, he has a keen sense of justice. Justice, because God is a just God. Some people say no, but like so many things happens in the world. But if we look at the laws, the same laws are for the same people. I mean, all people, the same laws are applicable for every person. There is not that for some people one law, for other people another law. No, the laws are for all people, and this is how people live and how they live in according to the laws. This is how their life can change. Another also criteria very important for leaders is definiteness of decisions. You maybe met some people that never make decisions. They don't know how to make decisions. They have certain ideas what they want to do, but they just asking everybody, like, what shall I do? What shall I do? Tell me, what shall I do? And so they cannot make decision by themselves. And that's why they cannot be leaders, because the leader is somebody who can take that responsibility, see the picture, and make decision. Because if they just asking what shall I do, who will like to follow such person who doesn't know like how to make decision? And usually if they just ask what shall I do, they just getting opinions, yes, which is not even based even on knowledge. That's why such people cannot be leaders. Because if they make decision, it means that there is answer. Every question which we ask already has answer. So we have to ask right questions and we will find right answers. But for that, we have to make decision. Because it is everything already there. And if you can't make decision, it is just you cannot lead. You will always just ask what I will do. So this is important to learn how to make decision. And this is also, I am a parent, I have a daughter. And I think many of you parents here. So it is important that we bring our children as leaders, and by allowing them to make decisions what to wear, what to eat, or what to do. This is very important because some people, maybe it is caused by parents when they just making decisions everything for them, wanted them to be protected, and thinking that they know better, so they will make decisions for children, and this is how later these children have to learn how to make decisions when they become adults. Another also criteria, it is definiteness of plan. You should know where you are going. You should know, because otherwise, if you don't have plan, it will be like a boat. It will be like a boat without a wheel, without engine. And what happens with empty boat in the ocean? So you should know exactly where you're going, where the company goes, where you're leading your team, and what is the plan. And important thing is that the plan can change, the goal cannot. So it is not about knowing exactly how to reach the goal. As we told before, you cannot know. I remember Richard Branson, I like his quote. He said that if somebody offers you a great opportunity, say yes and figure out how to do it in the process. Say yes, it means make decision to accept it and figure out later. So this is the how leaders and successful people operate. They never ask themselves question how I will do. If you just start asking, if you just asking this question how, it means that you will never get there because you don't know how. But if you make decision and you have that big goal in your mind, you will find the way. You will find the way. So the plan can change. So you can just make first step. When you do your first step, then the second step will appear. So then you will do the second step. But and like this, step by step, you will achieve your goal. But if you just sit and think how I will get there, I don't know, it means that you will not even do first step. It means that you will lose the game even before you started. Yes, so it is important just to learn how to make decision, believe in yourself, and knowing that you are so powerful. You have everything. You just need to tap into your potential, and when you make right decision, then it will come. I mean, solution will come on the way. Another thing that I would like to share here, that leaders have to have this habit and attitude to do more than they are paid for. To do more than they are paid for. It is attitude. Because you will never get paid more for what you are doing if you don't do more than what you paid for. If people think that I do this because I'm paid this much, they pay me this much, so I'm not going to do anything more. So this is exactly why he's paid this much. It is like standing in front of the furnace and telling, give me heat and then I will put wood. It doesn't work this way, right? We have to do more. We have to provide the value. And then if you provide the value, you will be noticed. You will create better results for the company. Then they will notice you, and then how you will be paid more. This is how it works. So this is a very basic things, but they are very important for leadership. And of course, the leader has to have the positive personality, because who would like to follow toxic, negative person? Nobody will. And It is a genuine interest in well-being of other people and being positive, being helpful, and see the good in others, encourage them to do their best. And in such environment, everybody will do their best because everybody wants better life. Everybody wants to be encouraged, appreciated, heard. And this is the leader who creates this environment. Also, he has sympathy to other people and understanding, because understanding very important when people come to the place of work or other organizations and they work in the team, and it is important for everyone to feel understood, because you know who is the most important person. It is you. Everybody is the most important person. So the leaders, they can create this environment that everyone can feel that he is the most important person in this organization. And understanding people and understanding yourself can only be accomplished by study. You must to understand who you are. You must to understand other people. You should know the laws of being, yes, like how the mind works, why you do these things, how you can improve, because you can never understand other people if you don't understand yourself. Another thing is the willingness of assume full responsibility. We should take the full responsibility and tell that I take full and complete responsibility for the outcome of results, like of this company, outcome results of the company, because I'm part of the company. So it is everybody who is responsible, because company is not buildings, company is not chairs or tables, company is people. So everybody has to take this responsibility in his part of the work. Another one is cooperation. Yes, you should learn how to cooperate with other people. And yes, like how to work with the team, because there are some people who are brilliant, they can have so great skills, knowledge, but they are good when they are alone, perform alone, but they are put in the team and they don't know how to cooperate. So it is a very essential part to be a true leader when they know how to cooperate. Okay, so let's get back from what we started. So become an intelligent follower. This is a very essential part of this. Become an intelligent follower. Learn from somebody who you admire, who you see that the person is very effective, efficient, who has a great leadership skill. Learn from that person, and this is how you will be a great leader, because you have to become intelligent follower first, and don't be afraid of following, because if you follow the effective leader, then people will follow you. And the goal of the most leaders is to get the people to think highly of themselves as a leader. And see, this is the goal of the most leaders. But you know what is the goal of exceptional leader? The goal of exceptional leader is to get the people to think highly of themselves. I like this quote of Chris Haggerty. So help people to fall in love with themselves, to understand who they are, and you'll never have a problem leading other people. Keep yourself in tune with the highest self of your personality. And the energy which you will send, it will come back to you. Become a great leader. Everybody here can do that. So if you would like to share any takeaway from this call, I would like to discuss with you. what is the biggest takeaway? Who would like to share?
Thank you, ma'am, for a very informative and illustrative keynote speech. Now, is there anybody after this wonderful keynote speech? First of all, we all would like to listen the session chair, Honorable Dr. Vasudha Arora ma'am from Sharda University. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. And thank you so much, Elena ma'am, for such a wonderful session. You actually motivated us that everything is behind. If we want to be a good leader, we should have a good mindset. It's all a game of mindset. If we can prepare ourselves, our mind that we can be a good leader, we can be. So it's inside us, and we need to motivate ourselves first, and we need to be a good follower as well. You also have given a very good example. Like if we cannot have a definiteness in our plans, it would be a boat without which is floating without engine or without wheels. It would be drawn out. So very, very, very good characteristics also you just discussed about, and it was a very motivational speech. I must appreciate that. Yes, if somebody follows his or her insight, his or trains his mind like, yes, I want to be a good leader, he or she can be, but he must follow certain protocols. Like a good leader always takes everybody with itself, right? So if we want to be a good leader, we should follow our dreams, we should take others with us, we should give preference to others as well, what others are feeling. But on the contrary, being a female, sometimes I feel like if we sit on a position that demands leadership, do we sometimes get emotional? I mean, whether emotions or it's a how should we decide which one to follow? Say you are stuck with certain decision where your emotions are above your actuality. So what should we follow? The actual team way, or we should follow our emotions?
I would say follow your intuition. Yes, it is. It is mastery of developing your high mental faculties, which I mentioned: perception, ability to look at situation from different point of view and from also different people eyes. Yes, and also intuition. Intuition is also a very big gift which we have, but we have to develop it. It is not that you wake one day and you have that strong voice of your intuition telling you, like guiding you. Initially, the strong voice is initially intuition voice is very tiny, because when we were small children, we were dreaming, we were doing a lot of things based on our intuition. But her, we seen you sharing the screen. Yes, so I would say that study yourself. Yeah, my answer will be that learn as much as you can about yourself, and you will become a great leader. Learn how you can use these high mental faculties, is it all like perception, intuition, imagination, reason, will. Will is also important. It is ability to focus on something and to the exclusion of everything else. So there is a lot of components which we have to learn to become leader. It is not just following emotions or following like something else. It is growing as a human being and using your high mental faculties and living not from reaction, because emotions, it is just reaction. Emotions are based on this, on thoughts. You always can, when you feel certain emotions, you can always go back and see what thought I had. that cause these emotions, right? And usually we have habitual behavior, how we get emotional about something. It is all habits. So we have to work on our habits, not to become emotional. Yes, so this is all relates to that part when we spoke about control. Yeah, control yourself and be intelligent follower. Learn from people who do better than you, who are already great leaders. Implement, and it is everyday process. Nobody is born become a leader. Everybody can become, but this is everyday process. You always learn, and
That gradually comes into us with time.
yes, yes.
Great. It was a very wonderful session. Thank you so much, Alina ma'am.
You're welcome.
Marina, good evening from Badiuddin Ahmed, Hyderabad, India. It was very wonderful to have your lecture on leadership and team management. My question is that, which is in broader perspective, is it leadership or management? Because people generally get confused. Leaders and managers are almost like interchangeably used, or they are one and same. Can you just highlight on this? And which is the better one? Should be a leader or should be manager?
To be manager, you should be leader. How you can manage if you are not leader? This is what we discussed today. Yeah, so you have to be leader to manage other people, and in order to manage other people, you should know how to manage yourself.
I think there is a very thin line between the two. The leader would take everyone with herself or himself, and the manager would always manage, and maybe we call it as a bossgiri sometimes, that yes, you have to do this, that's all.
That's what my intention is, that then leader is, I think, broader perspective than the manager, because manager always thinks only for controlling the risk, whereas the leader has the potential of taking the risk, see that he will be guiding the force, everything, whereas management hardly guides the people. You always say stick and cat approach, always follow that. That's what I presume. Do you have any other idea, Elena madam?
Yeah, I think that manager should be leader. Manager should be leader, because it is not about just leader is not just somebody uh, who lead the company on the top. It is somebody, leader should be in every division, in every level of the company. Every person, he should be the leader at his place. He has to have the same principles.
There is a clear demarcation between leadership and manager and leader. Apart from that, leaders have different styles: democratic, autocratic, and free-rein leaders. You don't find as such in the case of managers. So, in this case, how do you distinction between the leader and manager?
We speak about something that like managers should think themselves if they want to be effective, and if they want to be really help people to bring their best, they have to manage by being good leader. And it is the same, this about human being with this high potential and knowledge how to manage people the way that they would like to be managed by you, and that they bring their best.
Okay,
this is how manager should lead, right? And like leader manages this way and manager leads this way, because it is together. You cannot become a good manager if you are not a good leader for yourself first.
You mean to say both are synonymous? Can you use?
Hello. Good evening, Dr. Bedkar sir, and organizing committee, and wonderful presenter, Alina ma'am. A wonderful presentation about the leadership and the leader values she has talked about in her conversation, and really, appreciable, very appreciable. What I want you to know that, the leader is having organization behind him, and he's leading that organization. So he's having a kind of a skills to get all people together to one particular objective. And leadership, I think, is more with a passion rather than, the managerial skills means just managing the things. So that is a very big important difference. My question is, the true leader should produce more leaders. Is it so, or he should carry his organization and he should lead only? So what do you feel about this, ma'am?
What
The
do you
leader
feel about this?
I
What
feel,
would
the leader should produce further, more leaders, which will help to grow the organizations or the country or some. So many of the time it doesn't happen, but in the reality, the leader wants to be a leader only every time, and he want to, show his leadership, and people also accept passively. That is very, very clear, that he's a leader. But no one wants to become then, a leader from that. So leader should ignite another leader. That should be the situation. That is what I feel, ma'am.
Yes, and this is right. I agree with you, and I want you to listen this quote. That is, I like it very much. This quote that the goal of the most leaders is to get the people to think highly of them as a leader. But the goal of the exceptional leader is to get the people to think highly of themselves. So,
Correct.
yes, this is a very good quote which explains that, like a leader is not somebody who is who let his ego to manage him and manage his decisions. Like if the leader is just wants to be, I'm only one leader and nobody should be leader and I'm the best, it is not a leader. It is a miserable person.
More possessive about himself.
Yeah, it is not a leader at all. He shouldn't be at that position. He will not bring company to any better place. The true leader is who will encourage other people to love themselves and bring the best and grow them to become leaders. This is who company have to look for. Such personality who will bring others to their goals. And by helping others to achieve their goals, they will achieve their goals. This is how it works, not opposite way. It
You
is
mean to say,
not-
ma'am,
Exactly.
I mean, a participative leader or democratic leader. Democratic should be there, not autocratic style. It should be democratic person.
Yeah, it should be a person who first knows about himself and knows about other people and understand the laws of universe which operate. And when we operate according to the laws, then we will become successful. Otherwise, it will not be any success. If people don't operate according to these principles, they will not be leaders and they will not maybe even be long in this company because they don't produce results and company will not grow.
Ma'am, some other leaders are also there, like political leaders are there, political party leaders, social leaders, and all these are having a very definite virtues to get all together and to work for one motto or one aim. So I think that is a true leader, what we are having a social leader like Mahatma Gandhi in India. So he has done a kind of movement, and the people really join him because the goal was very, not so easy, but still, with a very easy way they have gone. And ahimsa, that is non-violence, what he has promoted. So I think these are the leaders what we should remember. And definitely, he was going in all stratas of the population and mixing with the population. So I think that is also a part of leadership. What you would like to say about this, ma'am?
Shukla, sir. See, you asked the question to UK lady about Mahatma Gandhi. I think she left it because of that. Is it so? No, socially.
The chief guest will join. Till then, if some wants to discuss on the same topic, I request participants with their views. Please, participants.
Sorry, I had some disconnection. Yeah.
I request. I request participants and delegates, if there is any question or if you want to discuss with the keynote speaker, please come with your question or with your view about the topic. Please.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I want to thank the presenter. It was so enriching, so wonderful. So God bless you so much, ma. And I also want to thank the organizers. Um, since yesterday, I've been seeing this program as a transformation one. Like since yesterday, my mindset has been so resetted that I think this year I'm going to be a better person from all the learnings, especially from today's one. From the fact that she mentioned that I should be a leader of myself first before I can be able to lead others, meaning that I need to work on myself so that I'll be able to work on others and many other things. So I want to appreciate you, ma, and also the organizers. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're welcome. One question. Yeah, let's have one more question.
Is there anybody with any question? I think now there is nobody with any question. So I would like to invite the chief organizer, Honorable Principal Dr. M. Ambedkar, sir, for his concluding words. Please, sir.
Yes,
Thank you,
thank
sir.
you very much for inviting me. It was my pleasure to share with you. And I will meet you again in our future conferences. I will be always happy to share with you what I learned from my mentor, Bob Proctor.
Thank you, sir, for your concluding remarks. Now I am here on behalf of the organizing committee and Shri Kumarswami College Ausa for vote of thanks. First of all, I would like to thank the chief organizer, Honorable Principal Dr. M. Bedkar, sir, for giving every day intellectual feed to all of us. Thank you, sir. I also thank today's chief guest and keynote speaker, Honorable Elena Apalkova, ma'am, from United Kingdom. She has spared her precious time and delivered a very nice and effective lecture on the topic team leadership and team building. Each and every aspect has has become clear and we understood it very well. So thank you, ma'am, on behalf of the college and organizing committee. I also thank Dr. Vasudha, ma'am, from Sharda University for her valuable comments on the topic and for taking active participation in the discussion session. I also thank Honorable Dr. Swanand Shukla, sir, Honorable Dr. Badiuddin, sir, and Dr. Sunday, sir, from Nigeria for their questions. Because of their questions, number of things have been unraveled and very uh, good answers have been given, because of which all delegates are enriched. So thank you, delegates. And I also thank all the delegates and all the participants from all over the country, India, and from all over the world for their cooperation for our webinar series and conferences, and also hope the same cooperation in future. And now I request participants fill feedback link to have your certificate, and with the kind permission of Chief Organizer, Honorable Principal Dr. M. Bedkar, sir, I declare here that today's international conference is over. Thanks to all. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. It was a pleasure for me. And I wish you all the best day today. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.